Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. Got a bunch of great stuff for you, some stuff that we've been waiting for a long time, and some things that came in from the Bassmaster Classic release as well. First thing we're going to go over, some new topwaters, buzzbaits. It's almost full-on buzzbait season all around the country. First one is from Nichols Lures. This is the new MD Xtreme Buzzbait. As you can see, not like your traditional buzzbait out there. It's an inline design with a free swinging jig on it. So this buzzbait can go through heavy cover and weeds and slop and things that you can never get a traditional buzzbait. They're super cool design with these double blades. They're counter rotating, so they spit a tremendous amount of water. And then on the back here, it's got a Nichols sledgehammer jig on there. So just a great swim jig by itself already. Now you have the effectiveness of a swim jig, but in front or behind a buzzbait. So you get all that crazy topwater action, and then you're able to go through cover with as you would with a swim jig, unlike any other buzzbait out there on the market. Check that one out from Nichols Lures. All right, from D&M Custom Baits, we got the new Delta Hammerhead Buzzbait. Just a cool buzzbait design. The blade is positioned right over the head, so whenever the blade spins, it makes contact with the head, makes a super loud clacking noise just to call fish up from deeper depths and from out from underneath cover. Got the holes on the blade there, so you get a really good bubble trail as well. And just like all the D&M baits, they got awesome skirts, heavy-duty Gamakatsu hooks on there, and then a bunch of cool colors that a lot of companies don't make as well. So if you're looking for a new buzzbait for this spring or early summer coming up, definitely check these out from D&M Custom Baits. All right, here's one that came out at the Bassmaster Classic. This is from Optimum Lures. This is a new Boom Boom Line-Thru Swimbait. Now, the Boom Boom Swimbait came out, I believe, last year at ICAST or the year before. So they had a fixed hook model with the treble hook actually fixed to the body on the bottom, and then they had just a straight weedless model. Now you got a Line-Thru model to add to your arsenal as well. These are great swim baits. They come, I believe, 4, 5, and 6 inches in length, so just great, bait fish imitation. They got some great color patterns on them, super soft plastic, but really durable. So they look great, but now you get the effectiveness of a Line-Thru swim bait. If you've never used a Line-Thru swim bait, you put the line straight through. It comes with a premium treble hook in the package, and when you're hooked up, the bait slides up the line, eliminating the leverage for fish to throw the hook, so you actually land a lot more fish than you would with a normal swim bait. So check these new Line-Thrus out from Optimum. All right, from Brian's Crankbaits, we got the new Brian's B Series Balsa Squarebill crankbait. Now these are handmade custom crankbaits, so this is not a mass-produced crankbait, so you're actually getting a custom handmade quality crankbait here. Now what's cool about these is they actually have a glass rattle in them. So most Balsa crankbaits don't have a rattle at all. They're completely silent. This has got that high-pitched rattle in it. Really wide body here on the B2 series. Circuit board lip. So I mean, this is going to be tremendous crankbait in shallow water because it's extremely buoyant. The Balsa allows it to float up and deflect off cover really well, along with that Squarebill lip on there. Then plus, this comes out of the package ready to fish. Got custom airbrush paint jobs. When you look at it up close, you can see all the fine details and small little intricate parts that they paint into these baits you don't get on a mass-produced crankbaits. And then awesome split rings and owner STX 36 treble hooks right out of the package. So check those out from Brian's Custom Baits. All right, next up from Brian's Crankbaits, we got the new Brian's Carolina Crawler crankbait. So this is a small flat-sided crankbait. It's made out of balsa just like all the other Brian's crankbaits. But super thin body, rounded lip on there, so it gets a really tight wobbling action. Really good for early season if you're still dealing with cold water, pre-spawn fish, or you fish areas that you have a lot of pressure from other anglers. This is a really subtle crankbait, so it gets a lot of bites in that situation. Just like the B Series Squarebill, comes with owner STX 36 hooks on there, so just a premium tournament grade crankbait ready to fish right out of the package. All right, next up from Yum, we got the new Yum Swimming Grub. Now this is just like your standard style grub, and it's just made from super tough plastic, and it's got Yum scent on it. Comes in a bunch of awesome colors. I feel like grubs are coming back. A lot of people don't use them anymore. I started using them a lot this year as spinnerbait trailers and vibrating jig trailers. So just stoked that Yum's starting to make grubs now. I believe they're only $2.99 for a pack, so you get a bunch of baits for a great price, and then you get all the great colors that Yum makes, loaded with scent. So just great new grub there by Yum. All right, next from GameChanger Lures, we got the new brush bands. So this is a cool little thing that you can do with jigs. I never seen this before. So what these bands are, so it's like an O-ring, but it's a little bit more heavy duty. and they're made out of a material that won't rot away. They're not going to be like a skirt band that would fall apart over time. So what these do is these go over the weed guard of your skirt. So it splits, you split your weed guard in two, making it a double weed guard skirt. So if you guys have ever used a double weed guard skirt before, they're much more effective than a single weed guard. So it protects the hook from snagging much more effectively when it's split out like that. And then you get much better hook penetration and better hook sets with these. So just cool little thing to throw in your tackle box and your terminal box, and just a way to customize your jigs and make them overall more effective. Next up from GameChanger Lures, we got the new Trashmaster jig. This is unlike any other jig I've ever seen before. I'm super stoked to see something like this and can't wait to use it. So it has kind of a bullet-shaped head and a flat line tie, but what's unique about it is it's built on like an EWG style hook that's fixed, but it also has a small screw lock in the inside, kind of tangled up in the skirt material here, but as you can see, there's a small screw lock on here, so you can twist your trailer on the screw lock and then rig it up on this hook like you would a Texas rig. So it's basically you get the profile, it's a more sleek and more subtle profile because it doesn't have the big weed guard on it, and then it's totally weedless like you'd be fishing a normal Texas rig. So just a great new jig design, just something a little bit different. So definitely check that one out from GameChanger Lures. All right, last up from GameChanger Lures, we got the Eeliminator. So this soft plastic is totally unique. It almost looks like a big, like a big grub or one of the old like spoon type soft plastics. So this big triangular shaped body on here, you can do a million things with this, and with this big tail especially. So you can rig this thing on a Texas rig, you can rig it on a Carolina rig. It makes a great trailer for a spinnerbait, a vibrating jig, and you can even rig it on just a straight EWG hook, and you can run this on the surface as like a weedless buzzbait. So, I mean, a million different applications with it. You can rig it, I mean, there's countless of ways you can do this with this bait, and it just has that big giant tail that gets like that big crazy swimming action, even at really low speed. So definitely check this one out from GameChanger. All right, next up from Enigma. Enigma is starting to make reels now. So they're getting into the reel market. We got the new HBT spinning reel, and we got the Ippon casting reel. I mean, super impressed with these reels. When I saw them, I was blown away about how nice they feel, how smooth they feel, especially the drags on the spinning reel. I believe the spinning reel comes in at 107. All right, now on the casting reel, you just get a ton of features on this thing at a great price point for 149 bucks. When I first picked this thing up, I was blown away about how light it was. It's only 5.9 ounces. They've cut a lot of the weight out of this thing to make it extremely comfortable, balance out really well. Carbon fiber handle on the sides. It's just a great reel for 149 bucks. All right, next up from Quantum, we got a couple new reels. These are the new Accurist Color Series. So just an extension of the previous Accurist line. So they're gonna have 3 different colors in the casting reel, 3 different colors in the spinning reel. There's also gonna be rods to match these. So we don't have them in. They're probably gonna be here. If they're not already in stock, they're gonna be here the next few days or so. So you'll be able to create some like cool colored combos, casting and spinning. So check this stuff out from Quantum. All right, next up from Frabill, we got the new Power Extend net. Now this is like the coolest net I've ever seen here. So it comes in at $125.99, and they're just this thing's got all kinds of features that no other net even has on it. So the Power Extend refers to the handle on here. So you just, from the click of a button, it extends all the way out to, I believe, 72 inches. So you don't have to actually manual pull it, you just hit the button on it. And then some of the cool things on here, the big hoop on here, then the net is actually angled so the fish just slide right in. You don't have to worry about getting tangled up like that. They got a nice loop on the bottom so you can actually hold this while you're going to shoot in for the fish and not get tangled up in anything, get the net tangled in your rods or stuff like that. They got a handle on the front so you get more leverage for you guys that do maybe some catfishing or stripers or stuff like that. You got heavy fish trying to pull in the boat. You get a lot more leverage with the handle up there, and then it's got a built-in light in the front. LED light, hit the button, lights on. This is gonna be dynamite for night fishing. Like, I don't know how many of us have had to duct tape a flashlight to the front of a net when you're night fishing and trying to see what the heck's going on. This solves all those problems. Got the eco conservation netting material on the bottom. So just great new net design by Frabill. All right, last up from Kistler, we got the new Kistler Argon series of rods. The Kistler Argon series launched 10 years ago, so this is celebrating the 10-year anniversary of these rods. They made a bunch of upgrades to them, revised them, made them a lot more sensitive, a lot stronger. They are extremely lightweight. These are definitely a rod that I love the look of these in my style of rod with the cork handle, just a flat plain graphite blank on there. If you guys never used a Kistler rod, they're tremendous. They're extremely comfortable, extremely lightweight, and they perform flawlessly. So check out all the new rods from Kistler, the new Argon series. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information or to purchase the product seen here today, please click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.